Alright, everybody, we are back for the next episode of Spongebob Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. I kind of have a lot of thoughts, which means I'll probably get like 2 sentences in and forget everything I was going to say. SpongeBob feels sluggish for some reason. I don't know why. I'm actually checking a mobile app on my phone. The reason being is it's very time sensitive, so... Oh, capture taken. Jessica, I actually have an idea with you to, like, you know how we randomly hit capture all the time?
Yeah.
To do, like, a video where we just load
all the captures.
And just see what we've randomly taken pictures of. Okay, I was like, how do I change players on command? I've been playing a lot of Dark Cloud off camera. So, in that game, you change on command. But anyway, Jessica is, you know, my life partner, so she's gonna help me. She's gonna be checking my app for me. Is where I'm getting with all this. So it's a Disney app, if any of you happen to have it. But
sometimes pushing a simple button is the most satisfying.
I keep wanting to press. Come here, kitty. Kitty.
She looked at you like she wanted to.
He's not gonna do it now. She said it was only cool when he didn't want me. Now that he wants me, it's not fun.
Fresh like a spring breeze.
It's Disney, and there's a timed event for Hercules going on, so we're both trying to get as far as we can into that.
Yeah.
But we only have like 2 days left. By the time you guys are watching this, it may be over with, you know.
Yeah.
Because yeah, there's like 3 days left, and I don't know exactly when this is coming out because I was gonna edit episode 3 today, but I didn't think Jessica had sent me the overlay. But now, the more that we have talked, the more we think that she did send the overlay. So I'm like, darn it, I could have edited the video today.
I'm pretty sure it was doing episode 3.
Yeah, I think you sent me both at the same time, but that was a little bit ago. If you could...
Are you okay? Baby.
Our cats walk with their claws out, which dogs do because they can't retract their claws. Cats can retract their claws, so when they cut you by walking on you, they're doing it on purpose. And Jessica wonders why I don't like cats. I meant to show you where Elizabeth... Look at this. You see this right here? That's where Elizabeth... I was sitting in my chair and Elizabeth ran and tried to jump in the chair. Yeah. Didn't clear it. So... she was literally hanging on to me. She had her front paws like in my gym shorts and her back paws in my legs, trying to like pull herself up there.
You want me to do this, one of these, to try to get you some more of the...
No. Well, okay, how much does it cost, or how many more do we need to level Meg up? Oh, this'll work. Oh, here's a couple of these.
23.
Okay, and when you click to level her up, what does it say?
100.
100 diamonds?
Yeah.
I'm going to play the waiting game for a little bit. I'm going to play the waiting game. I could be wrong.
Just saying, there's only 2 days.
There is only 2 days left, so it's not like we have forever.
I don't know how long this takes, the mission.
Well, I mean, is Meg even available right now, or is she in the middle of doing something?
I don't know. Let me find out.
Can you break the storm clouds anymore, or no?
Already did.
Darn.
I even used 6 of your diamonds to get them quicker for you.
I didn't ask you to do that. All right, you might see some abuse going on. She's spending my diamonds.
It was just 6.
You shouldn't have told me that. You shouldn't have said that during recording.
It was just to speed it up for you.
I'm furious. You should have waited till we were done recording to be like, oh yeah.
It was gonna be over an hour.
Whatever. Thank you, love.
So many more though.
Huh. Should we let him finish blowing all these up? Oh, well, he just missed that. There we go. Oh, so we need him to blow all these up, probably. Golly, see, this is what I'm saying. I had all these thoughts, and now Now that we're recording, they've all kind of like left me.
Yeah.
Hit this already. Thank you. Okay, so Jessica, what do you think will be game of the year for 2020? That's kind of what I've cited the comment will be. What is the game of the year for 2020?
I haven't played many new games,
No, you
but
haven't.
I could see it being something like Last of Us 2 or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know what the nominees are, so I'm
Yeah.
kind of going off of what I think will be some of the popular ones.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII, I'm very interested to see where that'll rank as a remake.
Maybe Persona 5 Royal or Royale. Maybe.
See, that's interesting because that's a game that came out just like 3 years ago, and this is a definitive edition of it. So I'm very interested to see. Why don't you Google Game of the Year candidates?
Love
I was
opening
gonna say
presents.
also.
Oh, sparkly.
Interested in what you have to say?
When did Kingdom Hearts 3 come out?
Last year.
So never mind.
Yeah. I can't tell you when exactly last year, but definitely last year. Hi, look, there's your little secret.
Oh, cool.
Is it Cyberpunk 2077?
Oh.
I think it's I'm like, Cyberpunk, is that the actual name of it? Can I talk to you?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
The
I
Keanu
don't
Reeves
know.
game. I think that is what it's called.
I think
Either way,
it's-
that'll be a strong contender when it comes out. Dude, it's like, what is the cutoff date? Because there's going to be so many launch titles for the PS5 and Xbox One. I wonder how many of them can realistically sneak into the top, like, Game of the Year candidates, you
By the
know?
way, she is available.
Okay, well, I'm not spending 100 diamonds.
I
But that's good to
didn't say
know.
two. I meant if you wanted to spend 20 to get a chest.
Roll, roll, roll,
No.
Okay.
Okay, I was telling Jessica how Let's Plays have kind of become more like conversation pieces almost in the middle. Like, Jessica and I are just talking, you know?
Let's see. What do we need to look on? What website? Like there's
Almost any
the
website will...
Hollywood Reporter. There's the Game Awards.
Almost any website will give us an idea. Ooh, okay.
Another
Smooth.
prize for Patrick.
Yeah, almost any of those places will give us an idea. I need to switch into Sandy.
Oh, that's 2019. Even though.
I don't even know who won it last year.
Okay, so this is the Hollywood Reporter.
Okay.
A full list of nominees is below. Best game.
That's what we care about.
Is that what you're
Yeah,
on,
that's
best
what
game?
that's what we care about.
Control, Disco, Elysium, or
I
something
thought
like that.
Control was last year.
Luigi's Mansion 3.
These were last year games.
Well, it said 2020.
Well, okay, put in Game of the Year for 2021 then. If that's how we're doing it. 2 can play your game. Darn it, we need Sandy. Here we go. I just kind of want to know some of the candidates, you know.
Yeah.
Because I really don't know. Okay. Calabunga, bruh. Do we even care about being up here? What is this? Well, what is this? So, then you can mess with the objects. But do we care about that? This is just like a demonstration. So any good anythings?
Good riddance.
That's a shame.
Thought it would be easier than this.
Maybe they haven't. I figured there would be like leading candidates, you know, even if there's not like an official list out. I figured there would be Like, oh, Last of Us 2, early running for Game of the Year, something like that, you know?
Yeah, I know.
Kick they karate butt. Anywho.
Feeling refreshed.
Let me know down below what your guys' Game of the Year candidates are, because I was thinking, I wonder if SpongeBob will end up being mine.
When did Resident Evil 2 come out?
I'm pretty sure that came out last year. Resident Evil 3
Yeah.
is coming out this year.
Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, it's showing all the... Nothing I can find about this year.
That's weird. I mean, like, I know we're not even in July yet, so to say, hey, we know definitively, that's extreme, you know?
Yeah.
But I figured people would be like, this game's an early Game of the Year candidate.
Ew. Can't believe I'm wearing SpongeBob's underwear.
Like, I see more stuff about, like, Grammys and Oscars.
That's the thing,
Yeah.
right? Like, movies
I'm saying
movies
even
are
right now
weird.
that I'm Googling, there's more about the 2021 for those than it is for the game.
I guess because they have showings from movies really early.
Yeah.
I guess that plays a part in it. I don't know. I kind of want to go somewhere else, but I don't really know where we should go.
Okay. That's better.
I want to check and see there who won last year.
Can't we... Options? No. Details? What's details? A? Whoops, 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 whoops.
So BAFTA is British Academy Game Awards. I don't know. Either way.
Okay.
Let's see. You'd probably think this is interesting. The first winner for that in 1998 was GoldenEye 007.
First game of the year?
For this, BAFTA or whatever, Interactive Entertainment.
Well, Pierce Bronson is,
And then 2018 was God of War, 2019 Outer Wilds.
2019 Outer Wilds?
Yeah.
That's not that new Rare game, is it? What was that game
No,
called?
that's
Everwild?
something else. Yeah. This is action adventure Mobius Digital.
I've never heard of Outer Wilds.
It's on Windows, PS4, and Xbox One.
That explains why I've never heard of it. Not that I don't play other consoles, but
I'm
I
looking for other.
never
There's
even heard of that.
Electronic Gaming Awards. I don't know if that's. No, never mind.
I went in there as Sandy and I came out as SpongeBob. We need 3 more to get through
The Game
here.
Awards.
Yeah,
It says formerly Spike Video Game Awards.
yeah.
For
We could technically go
2019
there.
was Sekiro.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Never got a chance to play that one, but I at least heard of that one.
2018 was God of War. 2017 Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, see, I at least heard of those
I didn't
games.
know Squidward
Okay,
had
so
a-
God of
there's...
War won some awards. I need to play it.
Dude, God of War was like critically acclaimed, man.
Looks like it. Developer's Choice
Love
Award.
opening presents.
It doesn't have a 2019, but 2018 was God of War.
Yeah, that makes sense. Anyway, sound down below. There it is. Boom. I thought this was for a spatula.
Boy, Patrick will be glad to have this back.
I thought Squidward was crying. Details. Annoy Squidward. I could have sworn this was going to produce a spatula.
You're in my life.
I don't know then, man. So there's other spatulas to get here, but we don't have access to them yet.
Yeah.
These load times. This is one of the smallest maps in the game. Come on. Why is it taking so long to load? Do you want to go ahead and make that overlay?
In a minute.
Okay.
I don't know what you want to try to do.
And just go off of it for now. That's fine. We need 3 more spatulas. We may just go ahead and go to the new area. What does Mr. Krabs say to us? I don't remember.
Spongebob, this flapping robot crisis is making the Krusty Krab lose money like a sinking ship. But because you're gullible, I'm going to help you out. And of course make a small profit in return. I've got a few golden spatulas that I'll be willing to trade to you for some of those shiny objects.
What does that mean? Let me talk to you.
So, do you want to trade shiny objects for a golden spatula? That's quality craftsmanship.
Okay, so there's this. We just need 1 more spatula to go to the next area. I thought it said we were at 12 spatulas. That makes sense. We got 1 on top of the statue, and then we got that. Okay. So we'll go ahead and go through here. I'm gonna rehydrate. It's June in the south.
Yeah.
July by the time you guys see this. Goo Lagoon.
A sun-drenched beach of sludge at the bottom of the sea. But all is not well here on Paradise.
Yeah? Tell me more. Tell me more. Isn't that Grease? Tell
Yeah.
me more. Tell me more. Dude, this band I listened to did like a, like a screaming cover of that song.
Yeah.
That was a trip. There was this band we met. We were standing outside. We were standing in line for Warped Tour. And these guys traveled from... Golly, I need to ask Josh if he remembers where they were from. Okay, go ahead and just tell me what I'm supposed to do. You can use it. Oh, okay. That makes sense. I don't know why I wasn't thinking like that. But anyway, they were, like, we met like the bassist and maybe the guitarist or something like that. Because they were just out there. They had like their music on some, music playing device. Let's see what terrible fate befalls this guy. There's no way this ends well. Oh. Dang. The robot is called Monsoon. Watch out for his lightning strikes. And they let us listen to like their EP on their thing, and then we bought. There was one from Connecticut, yeah, I'm pretty sure there was one from Connecticut. Because their EP was named after a city in Connecticut, and we bought their EP and listened to it on the ride home. Oh, dead sponge, dead sponge. So that was pretty fun. Because when you stand out in these lines, all these bands are like trying to sell you their merchandise.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. It's not as bad as it seems. Because most of them are cool.
Yeah.
There were a couple of people like trying to sell books and stuff like that. They were a bit more annoying, but the bands typically weren't bad. Because you were already there to listen to music like that anyway, The people trying to sell their books were a little different because it was like, I didn't ask for this
Yeah.
in any capacity.
Do I look burned?
Well, you do look a little red.
Barnacles! That darn robot.
Robot?
Yeah, a big robot stole everybody's sunscreen.
Oh no! Everyone will burn, and then they'll get all itchy and peel.
Exactly! You can't spend a day at the beach without sunscreen. That sun is way too hot. That robot is out on the island. Nobody can get to him. SpongeBob, maybe you can use those sun reflectors to point the sun's rays on that robot. If you hit one of the buttons on the side of a lifeguard tower, the reflector will turn. Connect all the towers and the light will shoot right out of the big reflector on the island. Then all you have to do is swim out to the island and turn the big reflector onto the robot. I'll stay here and protect the babes.
But
I'll
can't
protect the
swim.
babes. So, okay, I've always found Downtown Bikini Bottom to be a polarizing level in any SpongeBob game.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they necessarily do it very well. That's just my opinion. Not that the level design is bad, but we're talking downtown Bikini Bottom, and they really don't do anything with it. And if they... Okay, so, here's what this was one of my original talking points that I forgot about. Obviously, Crash Bandicoot got the Going Insane trilogy released on the Switch. I think that came out before Spyro. I could be wrong, but I think that came out before the Spyro trilogy. And now what's going on with Crash? Jessica, is not a rhetorical question. Feel free to answer at any time. What's going on with Crash now?
I'm not sure. Are they redoing it or something, or doing a new one?
You know, we just watched the announcement trailer for it.
So yeah, they're gonna do a new one.
They're gonna do a new one.
Yeah.
Not a remake.
Okay.
They're gonna do a new Crash Bandicoot game. I assume now, I think Activision owns Crash now, so like, I don't know all subsidiaries, so
yeah.
Obviously Crash started off as a Naughty Dog property at some point past the original trilogy. Somehow it ended up with Activision.
Yeah.
Spyro was done by Toys for Bob, and who made this? THQ Nordic, right?
Yes.
I don't know if these guys are just in agreement to remake a bunch of PS2, PS1 era games, obviously, because, you know, Crash and Spyro were PS1, this was PS2, GameCube, Xbox.
Yeah.
But if SpongeBob were to get we're going to make a direct sequel. Let's call it Battle for Bikini Bottom 2, or just another 3D platform SpongeBob game.
Yeah.
I want it to be bigger. You know, I understand that this is supposed to be almost a one-for-one exact remake of Battle for Bikini Bottom.
Yeah.
But when we go to downtown Bikini Bottom, I want it to feel like a GTA game. And I'm not going to stand up here and pretend to remember all the names, but there's like the Mart, the bank.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and insult you guys and pretend like I know every scenery to downtown Bikini Bottom, but I want it to feel more like a town.
Yeah, that would be cool.
So in SpongeBob Movie, the game, downtown Bikini Bottom.
They're carrying the children out of control.
I don't know, Mrs. Puff. It looks like they're having a lot of fun.
Yes, too much fun if you ask me. You can save the children by bubble bashing each of the balloons. Bubble bash all the balloons, then come see me for a reward.
Can do, Mrs. Puff.
You got it, Mrs. Puff. Okay.
Fresh like a spring breeze.
In SpongeBob the movie, the game, downtown Bikini Bottom is like a racing game. Because you know how they get in the Krabby Mobile?
Yeah.
So that's the level that they choose to do it in, right?
Yeah.
Which I guess I can't fault them. It's a good level
Yeah.
to do it in. Okay, so I need to... But you don't really get to go around Bikini Bottom.
Yeah.
Or downtown Bikini Bottom, right? Like, it's just you drive around it. It's cool. And in downtown Bikini Bottom for this game, it's done like a Ratchet and Clank style game level, where it's very linear. You're just going from point A to point B. And it's like a well-designed level from that perspective.
Yeah.
But it's not super fun to explore. It's like gated off. The city's just kind of overran by robots. There's nothing really fun to do. It's a town, so the scenery's not like gorgeous like it is at Jellyfish Fields or even here at Goo Lagoon.
Yeah. I don't know.
And there's like a very small window to actually get this. I don't know. I want to see like a good... I want to see like a good downtown Bikini Bottom level.
Yeah.
That's what I'm asking for. That's what I want to see. Again, like, this was supposed to be kind of a reimagining of a GameCube game, but when we're on the Switch starting from scratch, I want the cities to be bigger and more sprawling.
Yeah.
More places to go inside and interact with, and like, let's see, is Sandy's Tree Dome even a level? I don't even think Sandy's Tree Dome's a level here.
It's not, unless there's gonna be another map.
Yeah, which, wouldn't it be cool if this game got DLC?
That really would be
I've been
cool.
thinking about it, and I kind of think that might be how they're supposed to remake Mario 64. Give, like, the base game.
Yeah.
You know how RPGs like Dragon Quest and stuff like that are like, hey, you can play with the new graphics, or you can kick it back to NES style.
Yeah.
I've been wondering if that's how they need to remake it. So it comes fresh out with new paint,
Like a spring breeze.
but you can go into 64 mode.
Yeah.
Okay, so clearly it wants us to change into a character here. But whatever. And you can play it HD, all gorgeous, or for the purist out there, you can switch it to the N64 mode. Darn it. Couldn't get that kid. And then I think there's going to be people that get their, you know, pants in a wad if there's more than 120 stars, or if the
Yeah.
levels have been altered at all. So I'm wondering if you just add DLC levels, that would please new people who want new stuff out of it.
Yeah.
But you could leave the game in its most purest form. Like, you could play 64 graphics with the levels intact the way that they were designed to be.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that's how they'll end up doing it. Because I think as of recording of this, we don't really have an official, like, here's the game plan.
Yeah, that's true.
We just know that it's coming.
Yeah. What was the comment question of the day again? Was
I
it
don't
about the game
remember.
of the year?
Yeah, game of the year.
What is it? What do you think? What's your thing?
What do you think will be game of the year? All kids rescued. Okay, so
My hero.
I feel like this game was very much trying to emulate Ratchet and Clank. Like that style of platforming. I think
Yeah.
platforming was starting to move away from Super Mario 64 style and more so onto Ratchet and Clank style. Which, I mean, all these games could have came out at the same time, so maybe it was just the style and not, you know, the Ratchet and Clank style.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got it sent to you.
Thank you. I'll try to maybe get both of them edited tomorrow. I don't know. Okay, so how many of these are we missing? I guess we need to focus on this now. We need to come through here as Patrick or something. How long have we been recording this episode?
28 minutes.
That's not even that bad. I was worried it was going to be like 40 minutes or something.
Yeah.
It's making like really loud beeping noises in my ear, so I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure we're doing this right.
Take that!
I don't remember the Goo Lagoon episode at all. Like as a kid.
Yeah.
Do you do these in order? Let's go. Is that the first loud car of the night? I think we'd had it.
No.
No?
That's the first one.
Ah, I was hopeful.
I feel like a new sponge.
Okay, so this is...
Too pretty. Cat, take it!
Huh. Are we supposed to be Patrick for this? I thought we were supposed to be SpongeBob. Talk to me, Larry.
Buttons on the side of a lifeguard tower, the reflector will turn. Connect all the towers and shoot the light out. When the light is pointed at the island, go.
Okay, but... Okay, so now we're working. What does that do? Okay. So we only want one, I guess. So, alright, let's try this. Why does it make that noise? I wish you could hear, because I don't know if that's a good noise or just a bad noise.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have expectations for a second SpongeBob game. I'm so confused. Let's just go... Oh, dead. It's one dead sponge, am I right?
Ow.
I don't know. I think this game is just a really good encapsulation of game design and 3D platformers of this time period.
Yeah.
They're pretty self-contained. They connect and flow pretty well. And they're not as open-ended as like Mario 64 levels, despite being a whole generation behind, were more open-ended.
Yeah, that's true.
Fresh like a
Which is kind of
spring
super
breeze.
cool. What does that do? Not right. Okay, so see, I thought he said come to this one last, so that's been confusing me. Trying to think of more games that were like that, because Jack and Daxter, I think, were more open-ended, like a Mario 64 game.
Yeah.
Ty, I'm trying to remember how Ty's levels were. I think they were a little more open-ended than, say, Ratchet and Clank or SpongeBob here. Okay. I can't remember. I haven't played every single platformer, of course, but I think Pac-Man World 2 is extremely linear.
Yeah.
Maybe the later levels aren't, but I feel like in the early stages they were pretty linear. I think that's one of the reasons I couldn't get into it as much. Like, it's fun, it controls pretty well, I guess, but the levels are very just point A to point B.
Yeah.
Vex is almost exactly Super Mario 64.
Yeah, I guess I could see that.
SpongeBob, it's your birthday.
Alright, hopefully it saved that. Yeah, so now we have to get out to that island. How do we get out there? I could... See, like, I want to go in here. Is that where he ripped his pants? No, that's the juice bar.
Oh, but that would be cool.
That's the muscle episode where he's got, you know, he puts on the fake arms.
Yeah.
And then the bartender puts the drink down and his arms get stuck up under it.
Yeah.
I think that's the
They
juice
need
bar.
like Weenie Hut Jr. and stuff in here.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's so many good locales.
Yeah.
But they really... Like, it was a GameCube game.
Yeah.
This was groundbreaking. Not groundbreaking. This was well received at its time. So, I mean, obviously it did a lot right. But now, you know, we're in the Switch territory.
It shines.
Like it's time to give us some actual areas to explore.
Yeah.
I heard that you were collecting golden spatulas.
Yes, Bubble Buddy, I am. Have you seen one?
Why, yes. We were having a sandcastle contest, and somebody put a golden spatula on the top.
If I had a castle, I'd name it Fort Patty Town III. And Fort Patty Town III would have a big bake sale every Monday.
The golden spatula?
Oh, at the top of the sandcastle, right. That should be easy to reach.
Well, perhaps you should see for yourself.
Okay. We'll probably get this spatula and maybe call tonight. Depending on how hard it is. Oh no, fire-breathing sea dragons.
Rising. Must get to higher ground.
How do they breathe fire underwater?
How do they breathe underwater?
That too.
Can I make that jump? I'd kind of rather be Sandy here, honestly. Unless there's a reason to be SpongeBob. The platforming is just kind of easier with Sandy.
Yeah. I noticed that was the last one.
Yeah, we got Sandy, I think, in the last video. Because Sandy's just... Well, I wouldn't say just, but she's nearby. We can probably get her without having to go too far out of our way.
Hopefully. It'd be nice if you could just make it appear wherever.
Yeah, I agree. That was a big knock on Donkey Kong 64, is that you couldn't just do it whenever, you know, you had to go to a certain... Oh, Sandy's not available for this level.
Really?
I think they knew it'd be too easy. Where is it anyway? Ultra Combo. Oh yeah, it's over there. Darn it. That's okay. We'll just get over there. Jessica, have you played a new game this year?
No, I don't think so. New to me games, but not
sure,
been
but
like new that came out this year.
Had I played a new game before SpongeBob? Surely, but I just can't think of any. I feel like Pokemon was the last new game I bought, and that was November.
Like a new sponge.
Wow.
Am I right about that?
I don't know.
We've been buying mostly Wii U games.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of the last Switch game bought, other than this. I thought we had another game, did we not? I don't know.
I was like, why isn't the water rising? It is. Leave me alone! You... No! No! I'm frustrated. No.
Oh.
I'm frustrated.
Sounded like you were in a band.
Sounded like I was frustrated. Last try. And then we'll call it a night. Because that was some crap.
I can't swim.
I probably should have just tried to kill the robot. Oh. I need this dude to come around.
You need to get one more coin thingy or whatever it's called.
Shiny object.
Yeah.
Why? Would that put
watch
me at
out for
5,000 or something?
Oh, right there. I thought. Well,
They look like
still,
something out of Spyro.
You're still. This is weird because you're still technically underwater, but there's a beach underwater.
You've been watching SpongeBob for as long as I have.
I know. It's still weird.
Heather, we need 2,000 to get in there. Jeez. Like, we're gonna have to grind. Not that... Oh, look, he's got 4,600, but Mr. Krabs needs 6,000 for the next spatula.
Presents. Sometimes pushing a single button is the most satisfying.
Alright, here we go.
Push, push, push,
Here we
push.
go. Speed run. Speed run. Look at these speed running. What the cheating sauce?
It said, nah.
Well, with that, guys,
You don't want to try one more time and just speed it up?
I'll try it one more time. I'm not adding editing work to myself. This was supposed to be a daily series. It's already fallen behind, so... No, I don't feel like adding editing work.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
You've just met the Sponginator.
Come on, brother. Why they even gotta do this to me, man? Why can't they just have this dude in his spot, you know?
I can't make it that easy.
Why would they, right? Checkpoint. See, we were never triggering that checkpoint, so that added like 50 years to my life. Alright, so what the heck happened? How did we trigger that early?
Must get to higher ground.
I just don't even want to risk it, even though I thought that was like a genius move.
Yeah.
We'll settle for that as our speedrunning strat of the day.
It shines.
I don't enjoy water being like an insta-death kind of thing.
No, you're literally underwater. Why is water an insta-death?
SpongeBob can't swim.
He can sure walk in water.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's true. You remember that episode where they start drowning?
Yeah.
Like, I think that's the Live Like Larry episode.
Yeah.
Where they become lifeguards. What the heck? What? Where do we... Oh. Darn, I had no idea where we would go there.
Ah!
I'm in SpongeBob. Ouch! Is that on like a... Is there any rhyme or reason to its shots? Or is it...
Oh, yeah. So, okay.
Oh yeah, some of them. Sums it up pretty darn well. Dude, you know what needs to make a revival?
What?
Well, I mean, I think realistically my hierarchy would probably be like Fairly Odd Parents, then Jimmy Neutron. But you know what would be really cool to see get a second shot?
What?
Rugrats.
I was wondering if that's what you were going to say, because I thought about that too. But I wasn't
Really?
going to say it because you didn't say it. But they had Rugrats
Well,
all
I
going
asked
on.
your opinion.
They had Rugrats all going
Well,
on. That was
I
different.
just kind of want to see. That was a game on like the PS1 or something.
I played it.
We should do a trial Thursday of.
Yeah, we should. That would be fun.
But you know what would be really, really dope? Let's see if we can get you on this. Just say what it's like. Don't be like, oh, I wasn't sure if you were gonna say that, so I just didn't say it.
Oh, gosh.
It's based off a cartoon.
Okay.
I want to say Nick, but I could surely be wrong about Nick. But I think it's Nick. It's older than SpongeBob.
Not Rugrats.
Not
though.
Rugrats.
Hello, Gary. What's new?
I'm going to need another hint.
I actually watched it. There was a lot like Angry Beavers and All Real Monsters that I didn't really watch too much of.
Don't say.
I didn't watch like a heck ton of Doug.
Yeah. Cat dog.
No, I did love Cat Dog, but no.
Give me another hint.
What? How am I supposed to give you more?
If you can think in the comments, put it
A
in the
little
comments.
shade on a hot day.
I mean, honestly, I don't want to assume anything about anybody, but if they're watching this series, they probably didn't grow up watching these cartoons that we're talking about right now.
Maybe not.
I mean, you gotta think, like, these cartoons were dying when we were kids.
Yeah.
Like,
true.
SpongeBob and Fairly Odd Parents and them were coming in as these shows were
Yeah.
going out. So these shows,
True.
some of our viewers, but you know our viewers, they probably did not grow up on these shows. Ouch, pal.
I'm trying to think of another one though.
There's one more. We see it on the PS1 all the time at McKay's. I think it might have even got a GameCube game, but no, I think just PS1.
That doesn't help.
I feel like a new sponge.
I don't know what you want me to say, man. How many other cartoons were there at that time period?
A lot.
Alright, well, how about this? You guys can think it through, and that's where we'll pick up next episode.
Wait.
Okay.
I'm not gonna remember by then.
Okay. You and I will just have a conversation off camera.
Okay.
I'm gonna go to the next checkpoint. I mean, it probably won't matter, because...
SpongeBob looks weird when he turns like that.
Yeah, he also, I think, just started rocking a weird face.
That's what I'm saying.
I'll give you 2 more guesses.
Okay. I need more hints.
No. 4 main characters.
Take that!
Rocket power?
Rocket power, yeah.
I was wondering, but at the same time, I was like, I have no idea. And then you said 4 characters.
Dude, think about like a massive kind
That would
of
be cool.
like the PS1 game was a lot of fun.
I didn't play it.
It was a lot of fun back then, and I don't know if it, you know, stands the test of time or anything, but on the
Yeah.
PS1, it was really fun. So I'm just trying to imagine a full-fledged, actually realized rocket power,
Yeah.
you know? And I'm sure that would be fun. They're probably too scared because, like, SpongeBob's still in the public eye even to this day.
Yeah.
So remaking it, sure. But Rugrats, Fairly Odd Parents, Jimmy Neutron, those already are kind of out of the light. So you can imagine Rugrats and some of those other shows we just discussed.
But yeah, that'd be cool, rocket power.
I think it would work, man.
I wish they'd redo some shows.
I don't know how the shows would go, but I think the games would be fun. Alright, I'm probably saving it with whatever we end with here. If there's a cutscene, so be it. But outside of that, we're probably going to end this here. Alright, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It was maybe the most disjointed episode to date, but that's how it goes sometimes. This poor guy.
Cha-ching!
But alright, guys. We'll just see you in the next one. There's that checkpoint we wanted. Ugh. Darn it.
See ya.